Today, we're going to unpack practical ways to apply SEL or social emotional learning in every part of the workplace, including the classroom and the workplace. Why is it important? It has several reasons why you should use it, and we're going to get into that today. But it's not something that should just be glanced over. A lot of times as educators, as teachers, as instructors, as leaders, facilitators, we find ourselves overwhelmed by the expectations. And we don't want this to be another thing we just add on to the plate. So this is not an add-on to your existing plate. Social emotional learning is the plate. On top of it, we add content. We know that people that we don't make connections with, often we aren't easily able to influence. That's why it's important to make those bridges and not barriers. So let's talk about the big three, okay? What are those signature practices? When used consistently and thoughtfully, as Fred mentioned earlier, the signature practices help create a productive habit. And we all know that we make our habits and then our habits make us, according to Stephen Covey. That shape the organizational structure. We know that structure and culture take a very long time to develop, up to 2 years, according to most research. And we also know that if used randomly or without authenticity, they are unlikely to make a positive or systematic impact. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about deliberate and intentional motives when unpacking SEL skills. Now, when we talk about high school and its applications there, what do we talk about post-high school? We're talking about developing soft skills in the workplace. So the social emotional learning skills we have now will transfer right over after graduation, their stance. So this definitely supports teacher burnout. So if you're wondering if you worked at a campus where you had challenges with the relationships, maybe it was an opportunity to strengthen the SEL on that campus.
I've seen it done where students are expecting these things when they come to the classroom because it's a part of the routine, and routine helps build culture. So you want to attend to these SEL practices in your lesson planning while you're crafting your meeting agendas or professional learning facilitations. They help build a climate and culture of safety, inclusion, and belonging, and supports a strong learning environment.
For brain break. The biggest struggle educators have is building stamina, right? They start the year off and they say, hey, we have to build stamina. We have to have the kids work from bell to bell. Well, that worked at one point in our educational history. And for some teachers, that's probably still one of your practices. But where does that child get a chance to stop, rest, and come back to it? Think about yourself as an adult learner. You might want to get up in between these sessions and turn off your screen just to take care of your personal business and come back. So remember that we're teaching little adults.
Okay? I think it's hard because this is I'm a first year AP, and I was really nervous doing our staff meetings. And so it was just kind of like, you guys are tired, let's get this over with. But I really think it's important to have these pieces in, because it shouldn't be a time when we're just exhausted and want to get it over with. It's like, we're going to do some learning here, we're going to do some growing. And so I definitely think these are strategies I'm going to explicitly write in my agenda going forward.